Welcome, baby, welcome. Welcome, baby, welcome. Welcome to the party. Welcome, baby, welcome. Welcome, baby, welcome.
Welcome to the party, bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweller, cause I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, cause I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcast. And we're in here today with Jordan Biggie Steffens for the third time on the show. How's it going?
That intro is the best thing I've ever heard. You are the man. Just keep doing that. We just won't even talk. You're just gonna have nickname after nickname, man.
Well, I always tell them I could go all day. Go all day.
Go all day, go all night, man. I love it. That's awesome, man. No, it's a pleasure to be back, bro. Absolute pleasure.
So I'll get straight into it.
You're the Joe Rogan of Australia.
Oh,
you are.
That'd be nice. I don't think I'm quite on that level yet.
It's coming. I can feel it. I can feel it, bro.
Yeah. Well, I got the whiskey there. I don't have any weed or anything, but
I said it'll come, man. It'll come. You got to start small, work your way out, man. I love it. That's good. Whiskey's good.
Yeah. But the reason you're in again is now you're going for a Guinness World Record.
Yeah, actually, well, this time, unfortunately, it's still unofficial this time.
Unofficial.
Yeah, it's unofficial this time. It will.
They may have got it wrong, but I sent you a picture of you in the paper. I don't know if you read that article. I swear it said that it was a Guinness World Record attempt.
It will be an unofficial world record attempt next year, which I'm pretty sure they will have raised enough money to actually get the other train that they're trying to get together. That they want to make as the official Guinness World Record because that train has more history behind it. It was the one off Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a massive story behind this other train, right? And the big thing is that they want to try and make it as big as possible. They want to get a big show in it, which they can do and they will do. So, like I said, this year will be, I think, somewhere around 202, 203 tonnes, which makes it more than the train that was done in the 90s. And then the one they've got for next year, which will be bigger again, is somewhere around 205. Wow. So they are staggeringly getting bigger.
Right.
So, like I said, this year will be unofficial, but they really want to ramp up an official world record next year
and
with another heavier train.
And what's the world record? Just heaviest train pull?
Yeah, it's the heaviest train pull, and it was 201 tonnes.
Okay.
So this one will be a couple tonnes heavier.
And what was the one that you did for the fundraising
last year?
Yeah.
That was 160 odd.
Wow, so it's a fair jump.
Yeah, we're putting a 45-tonne rail cart on the back of it just for fun and games.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're ramping it up, man, and I asked for it, you know. There's no point messing around with the little things, man. So.
And what's the date of the unofficial attempt?
26th May 2019. So what's that? 11 days from right now. But
so it'll be a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yep.
Sunday afternoon. Oh. Hopefully the weather will hold out.
Well, if it's my birthday coming up on the 23rd,
so I have to do it now.
So I've got a little bit of a night planned on the 25th. So maybe Rachel can drive me out on the 26th.
With sunglasses on.
But hopefully, is it at the same train station?
Yeah, it'll be at Mount Barker Railway Station. So last year was in the big railway yard. This time's actually going to be at the station.
Okay, which is just a little bit down.
Yeah, just up from it, man. So you basically you'll see it when you drive into Mount Barker Railway Station.
Right, and so what do you get out of an unofficial attempt? Nothing. Just the knowledge that you can do it, confidence.
Well, yeah. The big thing is for me is one, it's helping raise more money for Steam Ranger. So
and
that's the biggest thing.
This is Welcome to the Poddy, the most charitable podcast as well. So
it's the most charitable podcast.
Well, we aim to be.
Well, there we go. Yeah. Like I said, we're starting somewhere, and you just roll it out, man. I look forward to seeing this in 30 years' time.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can raise something for this as well.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I'm sure the guys at Steam Ranger appreciate it too. But you and me were around the same age. You know, we grew up with Simpsons. We grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine when we were really little kids. That's the stuff we grew up with. You know, and sitting in Mount Barker Railway Station is a train that was the Australian version, or the Australian train of Thomas the Tank Engine. So when they did a world tour, they basically call it, of trains, the train that they used for the Australian train was the 521, which sits at Mount Barker.
Okay.
So, like I said, that's why we're trying to raise the money, so that train that's so popular, so loved around the world by so many young kids, can actually be bought out again and actually used.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, for me...
Because kids are still watching that today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, this was something that we grew up with when we were young. You know, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of trains or anything like that. I like the challenge of the train and pulling it. That's why I like them. But, you know, it's a good cause. Okay, I don't get a world record out of it this time, but I do get an unofficial, you know, recognition, or, you know, people recognise as unofficial.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get millions of dollars or anything like that out of it. Personally, I get, you know, I get a satisfaction of helping people.
Yeah.
And, you know, self-satisfaction too, that I can do it, you know. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's more, I'm helping other people more than anything else. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and that's something that I've been thinking about a fair bit too on the podcast, and like people say, oh, like, why'd you get into that? And I do enjoy it, and what I always say is I love talking. I talk to so many different people that I otherwise may not have had the chance to speak with, but then as well, it's not, you know, you're not hunting for like fame and fortune. I want to be able to like help people. So I've got this idea of being the most charitable podcast, and you know, playing games with guests to raise funds for whatever charity and stuff like that. And hopefully one day, you know, I can link up with a charity or something and do like a marathon, like stay awake for the whole week and just talk for 48 hours, something like that.
And that would be absolutely amazing to have somebody like, dude, do a podcast, the world's longest podcast.
Yeah.
Man. Can you imagine that, a world record? Is there a world record for the longest podcast ever?
I haven't looked at a world record book since probably 7th grade, so I couldn't tell you.
Mate.
Yeah. Have a crack at it.
Can you imagine that? Just sitting here.
Take some annual leave and just talk
some annual leave.
Just get dirty.
Oh, mate. Just people sitting out your door and just rolling through one after another.
Yeah.
Just continuous podcast. Man, imagine linking up doing something like that, and, you know, you could raise money for, again, a charity that's close to your heart, whatever that is. And, you know, you are a charitable podcast in the way that you give people like myself an outreach to talk. We've talked about so much stuff in the podcast we've done in the past, and you've given the opportunities to so many other young athletes and other young people and people coming through the ranks. And as I was chatting to you before we went on air, about another guy that will probably come on and do a podcast with you, you know, a mate of mine overseas. So, you know, it's a huge, you're giving a voice to the voiceless almost, you know, some people. So you're already a charitable podcast without even knowing
Different
it, man.
type of charity.
Absolutely.
Now, what goes into attempting a Guinness World Record? Does that cost you money if you, like, when you do
If it was official?
year?
Yeah, so there's two ways you can go about it. Way number one, you get it rectified here in Australia. So 2017 in Melbourne at the Arnolds, they did a tank pull where they had 3 referees that were all, they got given all the paperwork by Guinness. I think you pay $1,000 to have the record ratified.
Okay.
You do all the paperwork, so you have 3 judges, timed, etc., etc. They will do the paperwork, send it to Guinness. Way number 2, this is the extreme way. $10,000 down, you get them to fly out from Britain, because that's where it's based, I think with BBC.
Yeah.
They fly over here, they do a full, like, TV show version of it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know how they do they get the guy out there, they have the camera crew, and they're having the whole...
Yeah.
Because I guess BBC would have maybe Channel 10 or Channel 9 or Channel 7 would be their partner in Australia. So someone from Channel 7 would come out on their behalf and do...
They'd get Grant Daniel for sure.
Oh, good old Grant.
It'd be Grant. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
If you do it that way next year, Grant Daniel's coming out.
He'd be front row centre, I reckon, or something like that. He'd love that.
Yeah.
Way. Or
that's a family-friendly show.
Yeah.
They're going Grant all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to think of who else that they could
Channel 7, Koshi, or like Sam
Mack.
Sam Mack.
Sam Mack. Funny enough, me and Sam Mack actually go back a fair way. Sam Mack I know through a friend of mine, Dean Lucan Jr., who his dad was a weightlifter, our only gold medalist at the Olympics. And I actually did a talk with Sunrise last year, and I met Sam Mack, and we didn't know that we'd shared all these friends in common, because Sam Mack's an Adelaide boy.
Yep.
So it's amazing how that even works, man, how the tight-knit community, even in something so broad, you know, so... Mate, you get anyone. Could be you by this time next year, mate. You know, you get off the potty, mate, on TV. You know.
Yeah.
So look, it's a whole lot of, you know, for me personally, I sit and focus on the training side of things and try and have the crew around me that helps me with that sense. I've got a lady that helps with my PR stuff and all that type of jazz. So, you know, it's just trying to go down the right avenues and just try and, as an athlete, try and solely stay focused on the training side, as you understand, and then have the good crew around you that helps you with the media side and the mediation side outside of it.
Yeah. And how do you pull up after a 170-ton train pull?
Do you know what I did last year? Seriously, I pulled the train. I did, you know, the TV interviews and all that type of stuff straight after. You know, did the meet and greet with all the kids and that. It was fantastic. Last year was awesome. Like, there was just... I was expecting 20 people there. I would have been happy with 50. If 50 people rocked up, I would have been stoked. We had hundreds of people.
I saw the footage.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I did, you know, obviously did the stuff for the kids, which is great because they all come up and, you know, you do the photos and it's just, I love that side. I love the photos with kids. I love the talking with the young ones and, you know, explaining what you do and what you're about and all that type of, I love that side. I think it's the best. And I went to work. I started work at 5 o'clock that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I worked a shift that night. So, you know.
No rest for the weekend.
No, I worked Saturday night.
Yeah.
I worked my usual security shift Saturday night. I coached at the gym Saturday morning. Oh, no, last year I didn't coach at the gym. Last year I flew to Melbourne.
Oh, because you had the...
No.
Oh.
The day before the train, I was coaching Masters Nationals. So I flew into Melbourne. At red eye flight out of Adelaide at what, like 6? 5? 6? Got into Melbourne at 7.
Yeah.
Coached from 11 till 4. 11 till 3. Got on the plane, flew back, was back by 5, started work at 7:30, worked 7:30 till 12:30, got up in the morning, drove up, pulled the train, got home, got changed and went to work.
That's a grind. That is a grind, bro.
It's stupidity at its finest, don't you worry about that. But yeah, that was last year. I don't know if I'll do that this year.
Yeah,
I'll work, but I probably won't fly to Melbourne.
Yeah. Wow.
That was good. But the lady I coached, Linny, she drove back from Melbourne to watch me pull the plane. She left her and her husband Dino left at like 4 a.m. in the morning and drove back, so they were here for midday to watch me pull, which was cool. You know?
Yeah. I didn't see the plane pull. Well, I saw replays of it, but I was hoping to like get up and watch it on sunrise, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's early, man. Mate, I woke up in the morning going, it's a bit early.
Yeah. Well, I got up today to watch Game 7 of the Portland Denver series. So I was up at 5 o'clock watching that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Rachel came out at like 7:20 to see if I was like awake or like if I was going to get ready for work.
They got work soon. Yeah. That'll be there every day. This won't be here every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mate, I would have, if I had a choice, I would have stayed in bed for that plane for myself.
Yeah.
But no.
How'd you go? What'd you end up raising for that? So that was for craniofacial.
That's the one, yeah.
So the kids that need...
Anyone.
Oh, anybody?
Yeah, they do a lot of work with like newborn babies, cleft lip, and you know, especially if you've been. I know Professor David.
Yep.
He has been in Africa many times on his own accord, on his own funding to go over there and do facial surgery on all the young kids.
Wow.
That can't. You know, they're either born with a an issue or something like that, he's gone over there and helped them on his own accord.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, it is, and it's people like that.
I would love to have someone like that on the poddy.
Well, there's the go, mate.
That would be.
There's the next one for you. I'll try and look that one up.
That's so crazy that like people really do this stuff, you know? People really fucking do this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really hear a lot about it. Like, sometimes you see the odd story on, like, a current affair or something. There's the odd good news story that they have. But,
and that's just society these days.
Yeah, but
TV is just...
Yeah, you never really think, and that's the thing as well. They don't do it for the recognition, so they're not. He's gone over. He's not bringing a camera crew, and this is over there. He's just doing this stuff
out of his own pocket.
Yeah,
he hasn't asked for money off anyone.
You know, sometimes it is. Sometimes there is something we are doing it for ourselves in a way. It makes us feel
you get
good.
a positive feel out of it.
Yeah, because otherwise, why would you? You wouldn't really, if it made you feel bad, but it made someone else feel good. Would you sacrifice it as much? I guess we'll never know because it does make you feel good. But it's just,
no matter what, even if you feel bad at the time, you'd feel better after because you see their response to it.
Yeah,
and I think just for David, because he retired. This was his send off. He actually retired from cranial facial. He's
okay.
So. This was his big send-off, so it was a massive honour for me to do something like this, to send off someone that's been in the industry for goodness knows how long.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has a university named after him somewhere in the US.
Oh, wow.
Like, he is...
David University.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
So you think, you start thinking people got a stutter or something?
Yeah, no, it's the thing. I don't know if it's a full university or it's just an area of the university named after him, but, Professor David, he was the forefront of cranial facial around the world. He was doing surgeries before anyone knew these surgeries were possible.
Right.
And he's from Adelaide.
Yeah.
He's from here. I think, as you were saying, people just gloss over the importance of some of these guys because they don't do it for fame or fortune.
Yeah.
And also they were doing it before Instagram was Instagram, before Facebook was Facebook, before MySpace was MySpace.
Yeah.
Before any of those things were anything.
To get found out in those days, either you had to call the press on yourself or someone else had to do it that was impressed
by what you do.
Yeah. And usually those people are pretty close to you, and maybe he had actually even said, like, that's not what I'm doing it for, so let's not worry about that.
He's just so world-renowned. He's just such a world-renowned person. I've known all around the world for his work, and helped so many people. When I put out that I was doing it for cranial facial, I had 5 people on my Instagram message me going, "That's fantastic, Prof. David helped me with this and this," and I've gone, "What?" So all these guys I've known for near 10 years, not longer, some longer than 10 years, no clue that he'd done surgery on them.
Yeah.
And he had.
I've got 3 friends that have had facial surgery. I'm not sure whether they got it done by him, but Dusty. Do you know?
Yeah, from when he had the issue at the hotel, when he had the fight there, or when someone
glassed him.
Yeah, glassed.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was Professor David, but I had another friend who also got glassed, and then I had another friend who did he was jetty jumping. And when he jumped, he tucked his knees up, kneed himself in the face. And his face just basically peeled off. Like, he just, massive cut, just like, unbelievable. And I was like, I'm not a water guy, right? So I probably jetty jumped once ever in my life. And I just my friends would never get me to do it. And they'd, pussy, like all that. Like, yeah, that's alright. You can call me pussy. And then he did that shit and I was like, see?
Yeah. Who's the pussy now? Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'm happy with my faces right there.
Can you swim? Are you a swimmer?
I can swim.
I can see you pulling like a Navy ship next. That's going to be your next...
Mate, it's on the cup, man, to be done. But not to swim with it, man. I'm not going to swim with it. We'll just get an aircraft carrier out in the middle of Glenelg somewhere, harness up and just doggy paddling, brother. Not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. I can swim to save my life. But that'll be it, man. That'll be it. Water's good to have a shower in.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Or a pool's good.
Yeah,
It's fine with me, man.
But I'm not going into a shark's house. No thanks.
Man, I went shark diving Port Lincoln 2015. You ever been shark diving?
Couldn't pay me.
You wouldn't do it?
I'd do
What,
it.
even in the cage?
Yeah, no thanks.
No way!
No fucking way.
Well, you're not a fan of sharks or
I'm not a fan of...
Anything can eat you?
I fear the ocean out of respect.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't like sharks. I love sharks. But I feel like if I'm in their house, they have the right to eat me.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go there.
Okay, alright, so, hold on, okay. You wouldn't get in the cage. Would you be in the boat with the glass bottom on it?
How new is the boat?
So we're not talking Jaws 1980s,
Yeah.
boat. Okay, would you go on a cruise? Would you go on a boat cruise?
Never.
Why not? What would you go on a boat cruise for? This is good.
That's basically mass suicide. You're just waiting to hit an iceberg and do some Titanic shit.
Come on, man. 8, 19, 12 no more. We've moved on a little bit from there.
I'm not doing it. You
want a cruise?
No, I don't need it.
You'll fly, though?
Yep. Have to. You don't have a choice.
Okay. If there's no planes and you had to get from Adelaide to the US.
I'm not going.
You're not going?
I'm not getting. Oh no, you boat to the US? I don't want to. I went to the Kangaroo Island over east.
Did you go on the ferry?
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
I hated it.
Because that boat's a bit rocky, man.
It's just, I just don't like. I don't like boats. I don't want to go fishing off a boat. I don't.
You go fish off a jetty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, man.
But if it's pulling hard, if it's pulling too hard, I'll just let go of the rod. I'm not going in. Fuck.
You just take the fucking rod, man. I'll buy a new one.
Yeah. I'll go buy some chips. Some fish and chips.
Yeah. Wow, okay, right. We just sound like me with flying, though. But
you don't like flying?
It's a long way in the air, man. It's
yeah,
a long
it
way
is.
to come down.
Yeah, but I'd prefer a trained pilot to try and emergency land on ground than to emergency land in water and then I'm just out in the water.
Hold on. But a boat isn't going to crash out the sky. A boat's just going to sink and there's like life rafts, right? If a plane goes down.
Yeah, but like if I'm in a plane over land, I'm not afraid at all. So that flight from I just did a flight from Adelaide to Whyalla a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
No qualms.
Crazy.
Going to the US, if I look out and I just see water, I start to panic a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you are a respecter of water.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So not afraid of water, like I said. Showers, pool, no problems. I'll go into the ocean, I'll go knee deep and all that. But
yeah, knee deep for you is like head high.
Yeah,
so
it is probably a bit of danger going out knee deep.
Yeah, okay, right. So for you, then you're just waiting for every island you can see when you're flying, basically.
Yeah.
So when you see Hawaii, you're in a good mood.
Yeah, and I know which way to swim if something happens.
We're going down.
I guess you can swim any direction and you're bound to hit land at some point.
Yeah, it just depends how much energy you've got to swim, I guess.
Yeah, not much off plane food, that's for sure.
Oh, you're telling me, man. You're absolutely telling me. That's gold, man. I don't know. I'd rather go on a boat. 100%, man.
I'll go
casinos and they've got movie theatres. There's no movie theatres, casino on a plane.
Yeah, but you know where there is movie theatres and casinos? Just in town.
You're really going to go to the Adelaide casino?
Yeah.
Man.
I went there a few months ago.
Okay, fair enough.
I would go in the shark cage for charity, for the Poddy. I'd do that to raise money.
Everyone that listens to this, I just cannot wait for them to start chucking money at this gun. I want to see you at a shark cage.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you this much money to this charity, so if anyone listens to this and hears what I'm saying, just chuck it in the comments below. I cannot wait for this, because even I'm going to jump on this big time. Because, you'll be fine in the tank, man. Like I did it in Port Lincoln a couple of years ago with a few other of the strongman guys. And it was pretty tight in there with us, because my other mate's like 6'7", 70 kilos. The other guy was like 6'5" and 145. And I was pretty heavy set at the time as well. So it took us longer to get into the water outfits, like the scuba outfits.
Oh,
and
yeah.
else, man. It was a little puff. Just getting
Yeah.
And
What are you walking around at now?
right now, just over 130 at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm eating heaps for the train, so
Yeah.
I think it'd be 135 by the train pull. But probably looks quite appetising to us.
Yeah.
All three of us boys.
Absolutely.
But
It's a lot of meat.
yeah, I know, right? I probably shouldn't have jumped in. But man, the sharks are, the small ones come past you, and they're sort of, little baby ones. Then you see a big one go past you. Oh. But mate, they're not going to get inside. They're just not going to get inside. You do see, you're watching the clips on TV, aren't you?
I guarantee we'll find something go wrong here.
Yeah, but this is going to be a shark that's as big as my drink bottle you could eat.
No. Hold on. So, shark cage.
Gone wrong.
Gone wrong. Look at that. First thing, because it happens probably all the time. 1 minute. It's gonna have an ad, isn't it?
Guarantee you will. Voting? Guy Palmer, maybe?
Have to vote, don't we?
Some of us already have voted.
Oh,
I was in early, man.
I think I don't know. I don't remember what I'm doing because I don't like either of them. Alright, what's going on here?
Okay.
Is the fucking shark in there? What's going on?
I can't see. Oh,
It's in the fucking cage.
shit.
Oh shit!
wow.
There's so much blood. Was there anybody in
Was there
there?
anyone in there? Oh, shit. Well, if there was, ain't no more.
What? And that is why I won't go in the shark cage.
Oh, wow.
There was somebody in there. And he's fine.
So you can go in there, man, even with the shark that's in there, you'll be right.
I would have died of a heart attack though.
Holy shit.
That is unacceptable. See? You're not supposed to fuck around
look,
like that.
It's in Mexico, man. It's Australia, you'll be right here. Are you okay?
Oh my.
I'm good, champ. Thank you very much for asking.
My number for the charity for that would have to be at least $5,000.
$5,000 to get you in there.
Fuck, bro, that just scared the shit out of me watching that.
Oh, come on, man. It wouldn't happen here anyway. But that's like me going, every time I see a plane crash and I want to fly. The one in Russia the other day that came in and landed on fire.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, one just came in the other day. Landed in one of the main ones in Moscow. Russian plane crash. Check this out. Yeah, that's the one.
Is that the one? Oh, this is here?
Oh yeah, take a stab at that, man.
Oh
Watch it
my
come in and land, man.
God!
Yeah.
41 people died.
Check that out.
It's just a fireball.
Yeah. It's a newish plane too.
Superjet 100.
Pretty sure I landed at this airport when I went to Russia one year. It's in Moscow. They've got
Sheremetyevo.
They've got 3 airports there. And check this out. The thing that buzzes me out, man. People have got their luggage in that.
Yeah.
See, what does my head in, man, about this
Yeah.
is that they have all these people on there just taking their luggage off. And yeah, 13 people have been killed in the crash. Unreal.
Oh, didn't it say 41 people?
Was it 41? So 41 people died, 70 odd people on the plane, yeah? And, people are trying to grab their luggage off, and that's what they reckon accumulated to killing all these people trying to grab their luggage.
Yeah, that's like, what do you... They always tell you to just leave your shit. But maybe all those people didn't have travel insurance. So make sure you get travel insurance. That's the message.
That's the message out of this whole thing. Get travel insurance. But honestly, though, really, mate, if that was me, Last thing I'm thinking about is luggage.
Oh well, fuck! I don't really want to fly now either. I don't want
No,
to fly.
we're never getting you out of this damn state now.
Yeah, I don't really want to fly or get on a boat or go in a fucking shark cage.
What are we going to do with you then? We're going to have to drive you.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. We're going to have to Uber fly you somewhere, Uber boat you somewhere. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We have to do Uber fly one day.
Well, they're actually talking about, I don't remember what it's called, it might be Uber Fly, but it's these drones, and they're basically small helicopters.
And they pick you up and drop you somewhere.
Yeah, but
no way.
I believe that they're driverless.
No chance.
You couldn't pay me.
Man. Nah.
Maybe if I had a really sad day and I thought it's okay if I go today, that would be the only time.
I'll wake up in the morning. Oh well, it could be worse. I'll just get a driverless drone to drop me there. Nah, you could not. Oh, driverless cars, driverless drones. Like, no, I could not think of someone doing that. Well, it's kind of like Adelaide Airport, right? You know how the towers and that we have here. We're directed by Melbourne Towers.
Right.
They do all flights in and out by Melbourne. So all the directories. So when somebody says you're coming into land, and they do all the flight movements, it's done out of Melbourne.
So they don't see anything.
No.
Wow, so that's comforting.
Yeah, man. It's all done from Melbourne. Everything's done from Melbourne.
Wow.
So, that's... But this is even more the extent that somebody's driving... Well, no one's driving it. A computer's driving it. God, I can just see things going totally wrong with that.
Well, there was a story I saw the other day that this girl on Pornhub...
the Tesla one.
The Tesla, yeah.
I did read that too.
She
Sexual acts.
Yeah, she had sex in the driver's seat of a Tesla on autopilot. And I don't trust that. My car's got that automatic parking thing.
Okay.
And that works pretty well. But I don't know if I want my car moving at 60, 70, 80, 110 kilometers an hour without me.
I drive a 1931 Caddy, so there's no chance of that happening with one of my cars. But no, my daily's a Toyota Camry, but I've got an old one, man, so there's no chance of that happening. But you've got to be in somewhat of control of your life.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really that lazy that you cannot drive a car and you need someone else to drive it for you, I know society's going downhill pretty quickly, but come on, man, it's not that's.
If you don't want to drive, don't buy it.
Catch a bus.
Yeah, catch a bus, catch an Uber,
ride a bike,
whatever.
Push bike.
Yeah. There's no point. Why would you buy a car if you don't want to drive it? That doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Not to me anyway. Just to say that you've got it, I guess.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Like, driverless. They have it in the mines. Like, they've got driverless trucks and that in the mines these days. You know, a lot of the trains are driverless.
Yeah. I've seen the trucks at the mines and I've seen the trains. Yeah.
And I can understand why a train is driverless. You're on a track, and there is still aspects of that are dangerous as hell. So like
slowing at corners.
If an animal comes out and jumps out in front, the train's obviously going straight through it. If a person jumps in front and gets clipped, okay, if the camera doesn't catch it, let's say a person only just got clipped by the train and didn't get full on smashed by it, because I guess if you get smashed by it, well, it doesn't really matter who you call. But if you get clipped by
dust.
You might survive.
Yeah.
But there's no train driver to call 911 or call 000. No one's coming to say to you, you're fucked.
Bleeding out.
Yeah. And that's same with the trucks, man. When you're in the mines, they've got these massive setup areas where people are not allowed because they won't see you. The truck will just run over you.
Yeah, and see that kind of thing for like, you ever see that TV show Ice Road Truckers?
Yeah.
And how dangerous that is?
Yeah.
They, if that was driverless, that would be good. Obviously people at that point are losing jobs though, and I think those people get paid an absolute shit.
I can imagine.
So that's the thing about all this automated stuff. Like, I always use the self-checkout at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. And I hate myself for it.
I was about to say, there'll be some people listening to this just going, I hate you!
Yeah. Because I always, whenever I'm there, I only see like one, maybe two, actually checkout chicks or guys, and that's because of me, because I keep using the self checkout. So there's people, there's unemployment. There's people out there that are looking for jobs that cannot get a job to save themselves, and I'm letting a computer scan me out.
Well, it's like Coles. I read in the newspaper the other day. Coles are bringing in a special security system on their registers because people are just scamming off stuff. Because really, you could just walk in, scan one, put it in, put one in, scan one, put one in.
I knew a girl that used to get avocados, but she would get a bag of carrots, and she'd just throw avocados in her bag and keep scanning bags of carrots because they're like 60 cents or whatever. So she's just getting these $2.50, $3 avocados for 60 cents. And I respected the hustle, but I couldn't
absolutely
maintain that relationship because I was like, how's she ripping me off?
Well, that's where you got to look at the big picture. Like the hustle, I get that totally, man, totally. If you can get one up over the government, man, they're doing pretty well, man, and everyone puts a smile on their dial on that. But in the long run, you look at it going, fuck, I'm just cheating myself.
Yeah.
Really, like, it does kind of hit home after a while when you look around unemployment and all that type of stuff. And especially when you see people in your own life who are unemployed because of shit like that.
Yeah.
I guess for us, as we're now getting older, sorry to say, we don't look for jobs as checkout dudes or checkout chicks or burger flippers or whatever like that anymore. But, they're becoming less and less and less. So young people are getting less and less likely jobs.
Yeah.
And that's why they turn into who they are, sometimes, which is not great for the future.
Yeah.
But then you go back to being a government thing too, and a big business thing too, which gives the little people the shit.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. That's why I don't know who to vote for this weekend because, one's for big business and taking money out of schools and hospitals and all types of shit. But then the other one is...
you're voting for the less of two evils.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Like, I understand the security that unions bring.
Yeah.
But they also... Australia's minimum wage is so fucking high that, like, if you want to run a butcher shop, how are you supposed to maintain that shop with the wages you have to pay people to work there?
Yeah. And as it goes on, we get so acclimatized to that.
And then the cost of living goes up because the government's like, oh, look, minimum wage is fine, it's great. So everyone, like, cost of living has to go up because people can't afford it.
And that's why you look at housing prices. That's why you look at food prices. You look at petrol prices, which is just goddamn ridiculous at the moment. Anything like that, like you said, cost of living just goes up and skyrockets.
You're probably buying premium for your car.
The Caddy.
Yeah.
And it's not what you...
Wouldn't that be... I thought the Caddy would have been on leaded.
It's premium, but you have to put lead replacement in it.
Oh,
so
okay.
you still have to put the lead replacement in it, but that thing ain't fuel efficient.
Yeah.
At all. It's old and not fuel efficient. So price of living just goes through the roof on something like that. But, it's just annoying, and, you look at your paycheck each week and you go, oh, you do all right for yourself. You look at your standard of living and go, yeah, you do pretty well. And then you just look at how much you're paying for stuff as well and you go, that's costing a lot.
Yeah.
So it's catch-22.
And there's always something that comes out of the blue. Like every paycheck, there's something else. Whether it's car rego, car insurance, health insurance.
Yeah, or you
travel insurance if you don't want to end
up fly Aeroflot. Yeah. It is, man. Or you look at your car and you go, I need a new set of tyres.
Yeah, oh shit.
And you go, that's like $80 to $100 a tyre. Oh, look, I need all four done.
Yeah.
Oh, good, that's just $400.
Oh, and a spare. Great.
Yeah, and there's your $500. Wicked.
Yeah.
And that's just going to come out of the paycheck this week. Oh, yeah, cool. That's just what I wanted to do.
Yeah, cool. Tuna and rice for 2 weeks then.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, 2 minute noodles never look so good. Yeah. Looks like I better not. Looks like I shouldn't pay for these, so I'll go through self-serve checkout. Yeah. Scan avocado or some carrots on them or something. 60 cents for my 2 minute noodles.
Yeah, that's it.
The hustle, man.
The hustle. It's hard out here, man.
Mate, it is, but you know what? It's. I'll go back to when I was in Russia, right, for a bit of look at an aspect of two different worlds. When I was in Russia, I learned the two different levels. So we've got in Australia massive middle class, yeah. So you, me, whoever, we've got a huge middle class, quite a small or average size poor, average size rich, right? Russia, opposite, complete opposite. Middle class, tiny, poor, huge, rich, huge.
Okay.
Absolutely huge. But the price of certain foods over there,
right.
Well, nothing. You can survive on not much money there for certain things. If you want to go to somewhere expensive, don't you worry, it's expensive.
Yeah.
But certain things are very, very cheap food-wise.
Right.
So, it's one of those things, like their middle class is tiny though.
That's like, I think China's similar.
Yeah.
So I think it's very common for you to have hired help in your home. Like, to have butlers and all types of shit and have a garage with 7 cars in it and types, like all that type of shit. And then there's countries like in the Middle East where if you walk in here and you say, oh, Clay, I like your computer, that means I have to give you my computer.
No, this is my computer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You come in here and tell me you like my computer, I'm going to say thanks, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
The Middle East is like, oh, I love that, that gold bar you've got sitting over there. Oh, it's yours.
Exactly. Actually, talking about people coming in and just taking stuff, I was watching a Joe Rogan thing the other day about one of the guy from Green Bay Packers, one of the owners.
Yeah.
He met Putin a few years back, like 2015, right? Putin said, I like your ring. Can I try it on?
Yeah.
Takes it off. I looked at him like a Super Bowl ring. Grabs the ring, puts it on, and never gives it back. Like, seriously, that actually happened.
That's fucking wild.
So he's like taking it, putting it on, and then just going, and walked away. And this is, a dude with no doubt FSB bodyguards all around him. Like, what are you going to do?
And he's a black belt, isn't he? In like jiu-jitsu or...
Yeah, he's judo and sambo.
Yeah.
Sambo's massive in Russia. Like,
he'll fuck you up.
Yeah, the dude rides horseback
Yeah.
with no shirt on. He's the fucking man. He's the man. Don't you worry about that. But we're talking like he's just taking some dude's like ring that was probably worth a shit ton, and it's like a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
And just fucked off with it. Never gave it back. Wow. And what I read up is the FBI's turned around and said to him, dude, don't bother about chasing it up. Just let it go.
Just get it remade.
Yeah. They just said, don't worry about it, man. And he's like, that was my ring. It was given to me when we won as a sentimental value to it.
Yeah.
I want it back. They're like, we're not starting like an issue over a ring.
Yeah.
Like, wow. The amount of power.
Well, he's so ready to hit that fucking red button. It's unbelievable. So
he just wields that though. Like,
yeah.
fuck. Just take some dude's Super Bowl ring. What's he going to do next? He just walk up to someone and take their Grammy?
Yeah.
Emmy Award or something like that? Oh, just say that one fucking, Jesus, alright, mate.
Yeah, wow. I wonder if Trump's ever been stitched up by him. Like when Trump
I don't know. Trump, I don't know. I don't know if he's just, he'd be too stupid to get,
I reckon he'd be too, like selfish. He'd be too selfish to like...
He just wouldn't do it. Can I have a look at that? He'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
Get your fucking own. Like, yeah, totally, man. He'd be almost too self-centered to do it. He'd almost be the type of fucker to do it to Putin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so shit, oh, can I please see that? Yes, you can. And then he gives it to him and just fucks off with it. And he'd be sitting there going, hold on, I just got stitched up.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is. The political world that we're in right now is... It's crazy that we're sitting here saying these other countries are crazy and we can't even keep our Prime Minister in office for a full term.
Man, when was the last time we actually voted someone in ourselves?
Rudd? Was it Rudd?
I didn't vote for him.
I think I was away. I think I was in America, so I don't think I was voting.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Look, we don't vote anyone in. Our parliament votes everyone in. Yeah, we can't talk. If people say we're normal, we're not. our government votes each other in and they just fall through. I was chatting to someone about this the other day. Like, we haven't had a stable leader for a long time.
No.
And, you know, it's got to be one of those things where the rest of the world looks at us and goes, can that country just get it right for 30 goddamn seconds?
I think they're already talking about us like that.
Because I think the rest of the world just sees us as just so goddamn relaxed and so just blasé about everything.
Yeah.
Which is good to a certain extent, but not at the same time. Like, I'm sure, you know, it's not necessarily the greatest thing, but I guess the good thing about Australia is no one's going to invade our country because everyone's scared of our animals.
Yeah.
Like sharks, initially.
What have we got? 7 of the 8 most deadly snakes or something like that?
Man.
And
like,
spiders?
You watch. People will try, like, they'll try and invade. They'll start in Darwin. They'll get like halfway through Darwin and go, shit, there's some nasty stuff here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Mate, I'll just start throwing stingrays and fucking box jellyfish at them and stuff like that. Yeah, shoot them, just throw the animals at them. They won't last a night here. They'll be asleep and they'll be like, it's that moment. They'll go to sleep in their fucking tent, big army tent, and they'll turn off the light and they'll see a spider and they'll turn it off and then they'll turn it on, the spider will be gone. Yeah. And then they'll be like,
going home.
What the fuck is it? That moment when you're in bed, everyone's had it in their life. You see that spider, you're like, I know you're there, that's fine, fucking stay there. Turn it off. Lay there for a minute. Fuck, I'm just gonna get fly spray. Turn it on.
Gone.
Oh, you mother...
It's like in the car as well, that happens. Like when you in the garage, there's a spider on the side mirror or something, you look away for a second, then it's gone. It's like, that is definitely inside the car.
Yeah, and you're sitting there going, is it under the sea?
Yeah.
Was it? Do you follow Shit Adelaide?
Yeah.
On Instagram? That site is great.
Yeah.
When they put up one, it would be a few months ago now, there's this huge spider in the back of this lady's window. And all you see is it just crawl and then, you know, shoot inside of it.
I did see that.
Yeah. And
someone was filming it from a different car.
Another car, yeah. And all you see in the comment below is, Jesus, lady, get out of the car, get out now. Like, it was a stomper, like a huntsman. That's not going to do shit.
Yeah,
but it's still big.
They're still scary. I don't like them.
Nah, I could think of way better things to cuddle up to at night time than a spider, man.
When I was up north in Queensland, there's people that just go grab them and put them outside with their hands.
That's Queensland for you.
I couldn't wait to get back to Adelaide.
I was on the first boat out of there. No, but seriously though, that's the good thing about us. That'll just keep people away from invading our country, is that they're just too scared of what we've got here.
Yeah.
No one's going to come in. All the American guys I know that come in, they have no goddamn clue.
Yeah, because they all get told about, like, oh, they've got the most deadliest animals and, like, oh, the kangaroos just fight you and all that shit.
But they also think too, they see, like, I had my Russian mate over here recently, Dimitri, and we took him to Cleveland, and unfortunately my car stopped, so I didn't actually get there. And, you know, he's asking all these questions about the koalas. Can you grab them? He says, do not grab a wild koala. He's like, but they're little and fluffy. Little assholes. That thing will scratch your fucking face off.
Yeah.
And they look cuddly and cute.
They do. They look so...
But they're a little prick, man. Same with a wombat. He's like, can I touch a wombat? I said, you know, at the park you can, no problem. But I'd be careful grabbing a wombat, man. They can fuck up a truck.
Yeah.
You know, when they go out on the road, they ruin the front end of a truck. Kangaroos are the same. Those big red kangaroos, man. They'll have a scratch at you and punch you or kick you. You know, I think a lot of people just think one of two things. We've got heaps of deadly ones that look really deadly, and then the little cute ones are all cool. Yeah. But they're not. Little assholes too.
Yeah. Even like, isn't the platypus poisonous or something? It's got like a poisonous spike on it.
I would not be surprised. Or is it in its mouth, that stuff that it's got in there to break down food?
Fuck, I don't know.
Well, remind me not to stick my hand in a platypus mouth or near its foot.
Yeah, just don't touch a platypus.
Or an echidna will just be sitting on the ground and you'll step on it and that thing will just prod you through your foot.
I saw a wild echidna in Kangaroo Island for the first time ever. And so cute, but I mean, I wouldn't touch it. People have like pet hedgehogs and shit. And they
in the US, they've got a big over there. Yeah.
I guess like they don't hurt you or something. I don't know.
I wouldn't get one if it was me. But it's like people with pet snakes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a fan of snakes.
No, I'm not really a fan of much.
I'm a fan of feet on the ground and basketball in the mornings. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me.
You give me a good feed.
Yeah, mate. I'll see animals, man, but you know, I'm just not interested in having a snake go around my neck.
No.
I just have this feeling in my mind that all it's going to take for that snake to go, I've had enough of you, is not much.
Yeah.
And it to just go, and then it's game over.
Again, up in Darwin, we went to the Crocodile Cove, I think it was called, and they were getting us to hold like baby crocs and snakes and shit, and I wouldn't do it. And again, fucking pussy, oh, you're a pussy, bro. Like, that's fine, because I'm going to have 2 hands at the end of the day. And
you're going to have a stump.
Yeah.
And don't you forget what I just said.
More court time for me.
Yeah. Well, because were you living up there?
We just went there to play 2 games. We went up to... Well, I was living in Townsville, and we went to play 2 games.
Because how long were you in Townsville for?
A year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hot. Humid.
Fuck yeah. Sweating before I got in the car every morning.
But hold on, do you like that though? Do you like the heat?
I like it better than the cold.
Okay. I'm the complete goddamn opposite.
Oh, really?
Too big for fucking hot weather,
true,
man.
true.
Too big for hot weather. I hate it. Cold weather's cool. I'm cool with cold weather, man. Like Darwin and that. Nah. Well, see, Darwin's like that too. You can't swim there.
Yeah, because the crocs.
Yeah, and the fucking
And the
jellyfish.
Yeah.
I was chatting to Steph, who you had on the podcast
Yeah.
probably a year or so ago, because she grew up in Darwin, and we were chatting about it, and I'm like, can you swim here? She said, well, you can, but you're stupid if you do. I'm like, why? She's like, I'll take you out and show you. So we walked down the jetty in Darwin, and all you see in the water is just jellyfish. I'm like, whoa. She's like, yeah, man, they'll sting you and fuck you up.
Wow.
And that's just them. And she's like, yeah, there'll be crocodiles everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. She's like, the only people that swim here are tourists. I'm like,
And what, do they just get hospitalised all the time?
well, yeah, she reckons a fair few of them do.
Yeah.
But there's beautiful beaches there, like stunningly beautiful in Darwin. We were up there about 2 weeks ago.
You got to go to water holes and shit up there, right?
Yeah, because they've got all the what do they call it, the groves and all that type of stuff there, full like swamp people style groves and that, where they just hunt crocodiles and all that type of stuff. So I think pools are the best thing for them over there. Like,
Yeah.
they have those like rock pools and that near the main city part of it where you can go in there.
Yeah.
But it's such a beautiful area. Like, yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So I think that's again what people overseas don't get.
You got to keep your eye on your kids up there.
Exactly. Or to just go, like, well, even that's what Steph was saying to me then. She reckons a few people go missing just in the creeks.
Wow.
Because there's crocs in random creeks. Like, I guess if you compare it to Adelaide, right, it'd be like the Pat, which is down the road, just full of crocodiles, man.
Yeah,
you sit on the side. Oh, the River Torrens in the city. You sit on the side and a croc just takes you into the water.
Fuck.
But who the hell sits on the side of the River Torrens?
Yeah, no. Unless you want a dead body to bump your foot or something.
Oh, yeah, or jump in there like all the dicks do after the football sometimes. I wonder why they get like meningococcal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just don't understand why people do that. I do not. I could drink that whole bottle plus another one and not still want to jump in the River Torrens.
Yeah. And you'd be less sick at the end of drinking all that than you would going in the torrent.
Totally.
Yeah.
Then I'll feel terrible in the morning. Maybe another one would need a stomach pump. But I'll be out of hospital.
Yeah.
River Torrens, mate, I might not get out of hospital ever again.
Filthy.
I'll turn green like the Hulk, but I'd just get skinny and wrecked because of that. I wouldn't be big like the Hulk. It would just ruin you.
Now, I was listening to the Hamish and Andy podcast.
Yeah.
And they had this guy on called Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie Williams.
You know him?
Oh yeah, I know Eddie well, man.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, I wonder if Jordan knows this guy.
Yeah, man. Me. I've known Eddie I remember Eddie first starting strong, man. He actually hasn't been in the sport that long, but he's a very talented guy. Like,
Yeah.
Eddie's a great dude, man. Like have I actually ever competed against him before? I don't think so.
Because he said on there that he's the strongest man in the Southern Hemisphere.
He is. So he won Southern Hemisphere Strongest Man against another good friend of mine. His name's Luke Reynolds.
And you didn't compete in that?
No, I'm semi-retired.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
I'm less competitive strongman now than I ever have been.
Okay.
I just do the shows and demonstrations now. So No, Eddie and me, like I said, I've emceed a lot of shows Eddie's done. He is phenomenally talented athlete. He is just, even at my best, I don't think I could knock him off when I was at my best.
Oh, really?
I think I would love to have. If he competed against me now, I'm not sure how it would go. He is so talented, and he's a great guy too. I don't know, have you watched any of his videos?
No.
He sings. He's a great singer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a dude. He's just a cool dude. Maybe one day, before I fully retire, I'd love to compete against him.
Yeah.
Because he at the moment is probably the top Australian right now. He's off to World's Strongest Man this year. He's doing really well, and it's great to see.
And I don't know if I asked you last time, do you have a favourite event?
I do. I have a favourite event that I love because I was good at it, which was the yoke walk, which is actually one of Eddie's best events. The yoke's one with a big weight across your shoulders and you run with it.
Oh, yep.
See, that's kind of another reason why I wouldn't mind to go head-to-head with Ed, because that's his best event.
Yeah.
And it was my best event. And I can count on one hand the guys that ever beat me at that.
Okay.
And that's at a world level. I can still count that on one hand. And Eddie's beaten a whole lot of the best guys in the world as well.
Wow.
Now, so when he was at his best, or when I was at my best a few years ago, when I was competing solely for strongman, because at the moment now I'm strong but I'm just different strong than I was when I was competing. Maybe I'd make a comeback to compete against him to just see.
Are you 30 yet?
No. I'm almost 30. I'm 30 this year.
I heard that there's a different type of strength that hits you when you turn 30. It's that old man strength.
That old man strength.
So I think it first comes to you when you turn 24, because I think I first got that when I was 24, but I heard there's a next level at 30 that I'm waiting on.
I'm waiting on that too.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on it too. Do you feel at the moment you just wake up some days and you're just so fucked?
Yeah, every day of my life, man. I get up and I can barely walk and my feet hurt.
I feel you. I woke up this morning, I had to take the Katie to get service and I had to train this Sunday. I woke up and I'm like, this is so not worth just waking up. I should just stay here.
Wow.
Yeah, and I guess for you and me, and again, guys like, and I'll use Eddie for example, his background is not, to my knowledge, is not strength sports. I don't know if he played a little bit of rugby. He's Islander boy. And,
he sounded like it.
Yeah, he is. He's just, I just keep saying, he's just such a nice guy. So I love him to pieces. He's great. But guys like yourself and me, we've been doing sports since we were teenagers. So we're pretty fucked up. We're just doing years and years of sport, yeah?
Yep.
So this is why I wake up in the morning and feel like shite. But yeah, this is what I hear from everyone else. Once you roll over 30, it kicks up a notch. Because what are you, 29?
I'm 28, turning 29 in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so I'm turning 30 in a few months. So I'll let you know how I feel when I kick over 30.
Go for a PB the next day following 30.
You watch me blow something out terribly. I'll take 300 kilos off the rack for a squat and go halfway down and just watch my knee just go.
Oh, yo, have you seen some of those fucking gross gym videos?
Dude, I've seen some of them in person.
Fuck, bro, the leg press where your knees go backwards. Dude, what?
I've seen in person, live. I've seen hamstring go. I've seen an Achilles go, which was dude, the Achilles it just fucking. That's one of my biggest fears. I don't know when you were playing ball what your biggest fear of injury was.
Mine was ACL, just because it's so common.
Did you do it?
No.
Did you do any?
I did meniscus on.
Okay, so you had clean outs, yeah, on both.
Yeah.
So Achilles has been the biggest one for me. Oh, fuck, I can just feel just that thing snapping.
I've heard stories of dudes that have partially torn it, and then because they won't operate, they'll like stand on this desk and jump off
and just let it snap.
Yeah.
Because it's so highly strung, man.
Oh, that makes me feel sick.
It does, man. It gives you the heebie-jeebies fiercely. A snapped Achilles, snapped hammy, bicep. Seen a bicep shorten.
My friend had that. He said it actually didn't hurt that bad, I think.
Because like anything, when it snaps, it just goes, and you lose all the feel for it, man. It basically, as soon as it snaps off, it just shortens up, and you lose all the feel for it because you don't have any connection points anymore. Kind of like when you sever like your headphones, you lose the sound.
Yep.
It's the same deal with the muscles, from what I gather. Once something snaps off, you lose feeling, basically, because you lose that touch. Like when you get burnt, that fucking super hot burn, from what I've been told, it feels like ice.
Right.
You're getting burnt to fucking pieces. It's hot, but all you feel is cold. So...
It would be fucking up some sort of nerve endings or something.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, snap bicep, snap tricep. Mate of mine, I didn't see this, but I heard it, torn pec, doing a bench press, and the spotters didn't save it and it tore it completely off. What else? I saw a video. Dude doing a snatch, right? Wide grip left where you squat down.
Yeah.
He's turned over and caught it. The elbows turned like this, and
Yeah.
the bones snapped out.
Fuck.
And come through.
That's like that. Remember Wendell Saylor, the rugby player? Big black guy?
Yeah.
And they were doing
the arm wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And you could hear
The
it.
crunch.
Yeah, man. Oh.
That's the big thing with injuries like that, when you hear the noise.
Yeah.
Like the Achilles sound like somebody had a fucking gunshot.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Hamstring, I've been told, feels like somebody's throwing a cricket ball in the back of your leg.
Friend of mine tore both of his hamstrings in one footy match, and you should have seen his legs. They just look like they'd been painted black on the back of his legs.
Yeah, because you see the blood flow to the area. Like dudes that tear their pec off, it just goes black and red.
I've seen that as well, yeah.
My mate Colin from NZ snapped his tricep clean off. Same deal. All his shoulder just black. I'm just trying to think of another injury that the dude just went... Oh, it'll come to me, man, but there's been some crackerjack ones, man. And the guys that compete through it. An Austrian dude snapped his Achilles and kept competing. My mate Luke did his MCL and ASL? Cruciate.
Yeah.
Anterior cruciate,
Yeah.
ACL. He did both of them and still finished competing the comp. Like, there's guys out there that still just do it. They're just crazy. You know, matey, snap something off, mate.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough not to have ever gone through something like that.
I would have thought playing ball, man, you would have, I guess you're a big dude, man, so you got a lot of muscle around and stuff.
Yeah, just the regular like ankles.
How about Bogut when he did his injury?
The arm, yeah, that was fucked. Then Gordon Hayward last year did his like ankle. He like dislocated it and snapped it. And you could hear that. This dude, Joseph Nurkic or something, whatever his name is. Let's not look at the video of it, just the picture, because I don't think I can watch the video.
Who's he played for?
Portland, so they won today.
Who do you go for?
I go for Chicago, unfortunately. No.
Oh!
Can we see that there or not?
Is that meant to be twisted? What did he do, his ankle? Or his knee?
His leg, so like his leg, so whatever that's called, the tibia, I think. Snapped that, yeah.
Yeah, because if you look at that photo, his knee's up straight, but his foot's turned. That is gnarly.
Yeah, so see, wow. I think his knee's up here.
That's what I mean, his knee's straight, but his foot's turned.
Yeah.
Wow! That would have tickled.
So if we go to the video of it, everyone crowds around him to like see if he's okay, and then he rolls over.
Oh no!
And they all run away because they've seen how bad it is. So hold on, we'll just have a quick... Fuck, I don't know.
AFL, they've done it a fair bit too. A few of the boys break their legs. Oh fuck. Take a big deep breath, brother. You're not on a plane, you're not on a boat, you're all good.
I don't want to see the injury, I just want to...
Infographic show, good one, brother, I love watching that.
I just want to see the team run away and then I'm going to pause it. Fucking ads.
They're the worst, man. They're the worst.
Oh, I saw it!
Oh! Wow, take a stab at that. And all the boys, they're fucking out of there. Wow, that's intense. That's unreal. That looks like, that looked like he was made out of foam or jelly.
That just snapped so... Like,
It did, he just jumped and came down.
and that's what happens, man. He's 7 foot. There's so much weight above him that... And his levers are so long. So, like, you got a leg this long.
Yeah.
And you got, what,
Force
like
going
100
through,
and probably 140 kilos or something coming through there. That's just like snapping a twig. I couldn't snap this pen as easy.
Fuck.
Wild.
That's nuts. And the boys were really around him on that one.
So they were above him and they like came around and then like he rolled over.
And the leg didn't move.
They saw the leg and they all just fucking...
Oh, the boys had enough of that.
Yeah, got the fuck out of there.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You see that in AFL too, man. The guys that break their legs in AFL.
Yeah.
And they get stretched off. And
It's just like dangling.
yeah, there's a video of a guy doing that in the pro wrestling too. Same deal, snapped his shin. I'm thinking in a strongman comp, a young guy did that too, doing a lift. The log came out and snapped his leg.
Ah,
There's some good ones go around the place. Like I hate watching the gym ones, man. I hate it because you just look at one, how dumb the person is for hurting themselves. Because you look at them going, why did you load that weight up so much? You're just asking for an injury. Two, you sit there going, well, that could happen to me one day.
Yeah.
God, I hope it doesn't.
yeah, I get nervous now every time I do leg press. I don't even get close to locking my knees. Like, not even close. Because you see those ones where people lock and it just goes
They back hyperextend through.
Oh,
Yeah, hyperextend
what?
through. Yeah. And
I would be screaming and throwing up and all types of shit.
yeah, especially if you do both. I know a young guy in the US, Alex Whitaker, who snapped both his biceps off at the same time. I'll send you the video. I'll send you I'll send you the photo. I don't know the video. I'll send you the photo. For like months, he's had to walk around like this. Yeah. So he couldn't do shit. 2 snap biceps. I've never heard of 2 snap biceps at the same goddamn time.
What was he
Even
doing?
your mate that snapped 2 hamstrings at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Tie flip. Big tire, just sitting in his arms. He must have just gone bop bop.
Too heavy. That's too heavy.
Too heavy, too much gear. One of the two. But man, that's
Too
just
much gear,
too
yeah.
much gear. That's a big thing too, man. But you know, that's the big thing that causes a lot of injury too. Too much gear, too quickly, too many young guys.
Right.
Stupid. They don't have a clue how to use it.
And that's the thing. There's a lot of there's more stuff out there now too, and it's getting more and more dangerous.
Well, people don't know what they're doing.
You need a whole team for some of this shit. I forgot what the one's called. You basically need a whole team of doctors to measure your bloods
the blood doping.
because your blood can thicken and stuff. And
Yeah, that's the blood doping that all the cyclists take.
and like UFC fighters are doing it. And shit
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
It was like, what was the article recently where they were in somewhere in Europe and the drug testing guys walked in on this rider who's getting blood doping at the time.
I saw the video of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The guy's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Well,
That shit's dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
You know, but for the result from it is huge.
Yeah.
The amount of health wise that they get out of it. But if your blood thickens off of it,
Yeah.
fuck mate, you're in some deep trouble.
Well, I guess Lance Armstrong, he had like a stationary bike in his bedroom, and in the middle of the night, he said he could like sometimes feel his blood starting to thicken, and he'd get out of bed and just hop on the bike and
Which is goddamn
is
crazy. You can
insane.
feel it.
You can feel it? What does that feel like? I've never felt my blood before, not once.
You know it's there.
Yeah.
You know your heart's going. You're like, oh yeah, she's still good. But what does it feel? Does your heart slow down? Do your veins feel harder? Like, what the fuck? The risk for the reward, I guess, you know, there's huge rewards at the end for all these elite athletes. But for these young guys in the gym that just take random shit that they don't even know, that's what he made in some dude's bathtub.
Yeah.
They wonder why they snap their fucking muscles off. You know, the biggest thing is just, it's so simple. When you're taking whatever you take, whatever it is, your muscles grow real fast, right? That's what happens. Your muscles grow real quick, but your tendons don't. So beg your pardon, your tendons don't grow quick enough to facilitate the muscle growth.
Right.
So that's why you tear shit off, because the tendons can't hold onto the muscles being so big and so tight. That's why you tear them.
Right.
So, like, you know, the biggest thing I learned when I was younger was the signs of a gear user in strength sports is muscle tears. So, bicep tears are less likely because that's such a highly strung muscle anyway.
Yeah.
So it can snap off on drug-free guys. Pec tear, that's huge.
Yeah.
If a guy tears their pec, like 99% chance that they're a gear.
I've only known of one guy who's ever torn a pec, and I think it was from footy, and I think his arm got like
hyperextended and pulled back. The muscles and the tendons in that area are so fucking strong because you're constantly fucking using them.
Yeah.
But the muscle grows so quick on your chest, it just, the tendons in here, especially the one that connects from your bicep to your chest and through your shoulders, they just snap off.
Right.
You know, so they're real big warning lights, I guess, for guys that you see them and they've torn a pec off doing powerlifting. You're like, oh yeah, righto.
Yeah.
You know, so all these young guys that just take it for the sake of taking it for a fucking music festival or to get bigger or whatever. They wonder why when they're 50 years old their body can't produce natural test, or they wonder why their bicep is half shortened up their arm.
Yeah, they need to get that good blue pill at that point.
Mate, they need more than that. Some of them need to be on like growth therapy the rest of their lives.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, the blue pill just to get that thing up, man.
Yeah.
To get it working again.
Yeah.
How embarrassing is that?
Pretty embarrassing. You got to schedule in sexual intercourse so you know when to take your pill.
Exactly.
Forget all that.
Yeah.
All right. Before you go, what we're going to do here is I'm going to start off 5 quotes by Arnold Schwarzenegger. For each one that you can finish, we will give $10 to the charity of your choice.
I'm so going to get 0. Hey.
Well, we'll see what happens.
You didn't even let me know this was the case. Where's my phone?
No. No, well, that's,
all right.
That's the thing. That's why I don't let you know that that's the case, is because we don't study for tests. Everything's unsourced here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. Now,
It is. This is crap.
Okay. So these may be from his movies or maybe just from him speaking. We know how well spoken Arnold Schwarzenegger can be. Now, I'll just shoot off some quotes for you and see if you can finish them.
Right.
If it bleeds,
it can be killed.
I'm gonna pay that.
What was it?
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
We can kill it. That's Predator? No.
yeah, I think it's Predator.
Yeah.
Let me just. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 tick. That's $10. What else we got here? It's simple. If it jiggles.
What the hell is this off? If it jiggles. It's the Wiggles? I don't know, man. What's that?
If it jiggles, it's fat.
Oh, fuck, yes. Oh,
I think that is from Pumping Iron.
it is. If it jiggles. Fuck's sake.
I think that gay marriage should be between. I think that gay marriage should be between
A man and a man?
a man and a woman.
I thought this was one of his ones where he just did have no goddamn clue what he was talking about, so I just got to put 2 together. You know what? Just as a little side thing to that, when he was here in Australia, Rob Kearney, who's known as the world's strongest gay, got married to his boyfriend here in Sydney. Here in Melbourne, and Arnold was actually at it. Just as a side comment to that.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
so he was a part of that.
you always learn something here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast as well. So that's fantastic.
Forward thinker, man.
That's good.
Sorry, man, but yeah.
Well, we've got 2 more. So, the best activities for your health are pumping and
Iron.
no, humping.
Humping. That was.
Pumping and humping.
Is that from Pumping Iron as well?
That's probably what he said to his maid.
Because I remember there was a scene in there where he was talking about sex and coming when he was talking about lifting weights.
Yeah, I'm coming into town, I'm coming into night.
Yeah, that's it, It's
a pump, it's Pepper's coming.
Yeah, Pepper's isn't coming. And you sit there going,
I'm coming into town, I'm coming into night. That's actually not the first time that's been said on this podcast, so I'll probably say that once every 50 episodes at least.
Once every 50 minutes.
And one more, milk is for babies. When you grow up, you have to drink
beer.
Yes.
Bam! I fucking knew that one.
$20. What's the charity?
I fucking suck. Next gig for me. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to do one that's actually not one that I do with the strongman stuff. I'm just going to do one that's with my family-based one, if that's okay with you. So
absolutely.
My mum does work with research dentistry for the homeless. So she runs an outreach program in the city called Common Grounds.
Is that on Hutt Street?
No, she does work with Hutt Street though. Common Grounds is in Light Square in the middle of the city. It's a massive building for homeless. Yep. So she runs a dentistry out of there.
Okay.
So I'm going to get you to put that into Common Grounds.
Common Grounds.
Common Grounds, yeah. Common Grounds Dentistry.
No
That'd be
worries.
fantastic. Thank you very much, dude.
Common Grounds Dentistry.
Yeah. Look, that one's very close to my heart. I don't do anything specifically for my mum in the strongman scenes, but I do a whole lot of stuff for the other guys, and this is one that's really close to me that I'd love to just help out where I can. So
yeah,
I appreciate it, Clay. Thank you.
That's what we try to do for every guest here. I've got a bunch of different games to play. I've got one called Sourced Unsourced. I don't know if we played before.
No, this is the first game I've played.
So Sourced Unsourced is just true or false. And that is, if you get 3 out of 5 right, $50 goes to charity of your choice. I've got Jessica Biel of Fortune. So
Jessica Biel of Fortune.
Yeah, so that's basically that is like Hangman, and it's just Jessica Biel movies, Jessica Biel vehicles, so movies or TV shows. What else have we got? Brad Quit, so movies that Brad Pitt was supposed to be in but then wasn't in.
Is there a lot of them?
There's a substantial amount, yeah.
You do your research well, man. This is why
so
I love this podcast,
only
man.
Unsourced, but sometimes unsourced. So we like to play some games and
I like it.
There's a charity page on the website where you can see what charities we've donated to and how much so far and all that stuff. But you are doing a train pull on the 26th of May at the Mount Barker railway station.
We're talking this month, 26th at 12 noon at Mount Barker railway station. We'll be pulling a train with a rail cart on the back, with another rail cart on the back of that. Will be about 200 tons.
200 tons, unofficial world record. Anybody who's in Adelaide, or even if you're not, do what you can to get there and support Jordan, Biggie, Steffens in his endeavour to break a world record unofficially and raise some money for the Steam Ranger.
Yeah, Steam Ranger 520 is the restoration that they're trying to raise the money for. So basically it's a Steam Ranger 520 restoration. They do have a GoFundMe, which I'll send to you and you can put out on there as well, man. They are trying to raise some money for it, but I know they're going to be holding out some cans and that on the day as well to raise money.
Yep, and you know what? I'm going to do $20 to that as well.
Well, you'll be there on the day with your sunglasses on, brother.
Yeah, I'll get Rachel to drive me up there, even though I don't like it when she drives. That's fine.
Is that one of those driverless cars?
Yeah. Steam Ranger 520. Alright, so we'll donate to that, and
thank you, bro.
thanks for coming, man.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. I look forward to the next one already.
Wine, as always. Cheers, bro.
Thanks, brother.
Baby, welcome to. Baby, welcome to.